This week, it's the Vikings and the Bears, next on Madden Football.
It's one of the NFL's newest venues, but it's already earned a reputation as one of its best. This is U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Alongside Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, I know you're excited about this one. That's because it's shaping up to be a pass-heavy showcase for these QBs.
Kate, keep your eyes on the skies, because that's where the offense and the fireworks are going to come from. We've heard from their teammates and coaches about the trust they have in these quarterbacks on the field to really steer these offenses. In a quarterback-driven league, that trust is essential to compete week in and week out. We should have a good one today.
Has it all teed up. And off we go from Minneapolis. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked first overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
That's a loss last week, Kate, that he wears. He's worn it all week long, and I know he isn't the only guy out there. There's 11 on the side on every play. A couple of interceptions. He's going to hold himself accountable. A lot of work's gone into making sure this week's game is an improvement on that.
It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Well, as we see the names populating this injury report, partner, we recognize they've had to do some adjusting over the course of the season as key contributors have gone down.
And this, right here, this is where fan favorites and surprise superstars are born, Kate. From guys having to step in as a result of these injuries. You never root for players to miss time and go down, but you always root for the guys filling in, who are getting their shot to make their name and contribute when it really matters.
4th down, and on comes the former All-Pro Jake Bailey to punt. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. So here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And they'll have a veteran leading them out. It's their 9th-year quarterback.
2 numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And, of course, well, he cares less about those 2 numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up.
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That is not a good omen at all. You spend so much time, Kate, on the first 15 plays, and that first play, you've rehearsed it in your head over and over as a quarterback, as an offensive line. You never, ever want to go backwards, have such a negative play, but now you got to flush it and quickly move on.
First carry here for the rookie out of Penn State. Works it past the 20. And he makes it all the way up to the 28.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then, boom, get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
It was University of Wisconsin, Kate, the first time I heard this term, slow to explode through. And think how good that Badgers run game has been at the college level. Well, they made runs like that look easy. Slow to explode through.
Finds him over the middle. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tyreek Stevenson getting up to track that one down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Throwing here, Darnold. Finds his man, it's Javon Baker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Opening drive, about to break into field goal range. We got 1st and 10 at the 44. Right up the gut. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 42. To the right, hauled in by Jefferson. And this one doesn't go far. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Darnold looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. He's got the first down grab and still going. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. Tossing right to the short side. And he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings have a great first drive and get the game's first points. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
One after try good by Reichert. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Has this at the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. The Bears offense out there for their second drive of the contest. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Williams. Hits his target, that's DJ Moore. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 37 on the play. And that's good for a Bears first down.
Well, the offense wanted to spark, and he delivered a lightning bolt. Huge gain that totally changes the tone of this drive.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Williams from the gun. Finds his man. It's Demario Douglas. And they take him down right along the 30. Second and 3 now. Out of the gun, here's Williams. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Back to the well again. He gets the 1st and more inside the 15. And he's finally brought down at the 9. That'll be a 20-yard hit on 4th down, Brock, and it keeps this drive moving. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Bears keep their drive alive and reach pay dirt one play later. Demario Douglas with the touchdown. Well, partner, with the increased focus on receivers now in the ground game, the jet sweep, it's a weapon all 32 teams and coaches have to rely on for offense. And for the good ones, it can be a lucrative play to have ready, too.
Yeah, lucrative on the scoreboard, certainly, Kate. And don't forget about lucrative for the wallet, too. Next time his agent's at the negotiating table, he's going to be sure to bring plays up like that one. And mention the value he could bring beyond the work of just catching the football.
The Bears kicking team all ready to go, and they kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Vikings and Justin Jefferson ready to go to work again offensively. And he's in the midst of a phenomenal season. Right now you can see he's second in the league in touchdown receptions. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Caught by the open man. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
Kate, I've probably seen a million balls thrown in my life, and maybe even more. From the time I was in high school all the way here to the pros, and over all these decades of watching guys throw it, and I'll tell you what, I never get tired of watching a laser like that.
They go play action on 1st. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. Well, Brock, that proved a little too tough to stick to. Turns out it was the right route to get a touchdown on that play.
Yeah, those corner routes can be some high risk at times, but big-time rewards. Think about this for a second, Kate. We talk all the time about the efficiency of a slant route and in breaking, that angle breaking in, right? Higher completion rate, you're throwing something breaking in. You have a corner that breaks out. Obviously, the efficiency may not be there, but boy, touchdowns and big touchdowns can follow when the two stay connected.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here come the Bears back out on offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards. Second down now, 7 to go. Now here's Williams. Right side and into the hands of Douglas. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's a Chicago 1st down. Working from the gun, Williams. That's complete, Cole Kmet. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 43. Moore's got it. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Now throw in the direction of DJ Moore. So that brings up 2nd down. Williams set to pass. into the hands of Elijah Moore. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Bears first down. Now Williams. Chased out to his right. He takes it himself. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. Neither side separating much so far. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. Welcome back. Second quarter about to start. Bears with a chance for at least 3, possibly 6. First down from the red zone. He's got it. And in for the Chicago touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Santos now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bears tie things up at 14. The Bears kicking team all ready to go, and they kick this one away. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 16 at the 22-yard line.
Man in motion out of the slot. They'll run now on 2nd down. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Walking the tightrope there, but he makes the grab in bounds. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down. Here's the one back on the handoff. Crosses midfield, still going. And he's finally taken down at the 39-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Now Darnold. Got his target. It's Hill. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Here's the handoff. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Now they send their back in motion right. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
To get home and hit and impact the quarterback at this level, well, typically you got to do what this defense is doing. Off balance, change up your looks, rotate your personnel, throw in some wrinkles, and once again, go hit that quarterback.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Here's Darnold to throw. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down. Will Reichert now to try the Vikings field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And this stays tied here in the second.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
The Bears and DJ Moore back in possession here. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set, 1st and 10. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Williams on the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing off the play fake here. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Almost a completion of the wrong team there. And that brings up 4th and short. Chicago brings out the punting unit. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Vikings returning their offense and this running back to the field. And I'd say the ROI on his early touches have made him a pretty good investment for first half work. He's gotten off to a great start here. Play action on 1st down. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. He's got a gain of 6 there. Jalen Johnson with the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Man in motion here. Lone back gets the handoff. He's going to snag a couple of yards, charging up the gut. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Throwing here, Darnold. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're left with 4th and short. The Vikings getting their punt team out. And this will be his 1st effort of the contest. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be Bears football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. To throw, Williams. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete. Mario Douglas, the intended target. And it's going to be 2nd down. Williams from the gun. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Williams will look to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Hey, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond a 3 and out.
The Vikings back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Here's Darnold. He's got room to roam here. to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They're going play action. Completed to his running back. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. He'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Darnold. He's going to push one deep down the right.
Well, that window was open down the field, but this league is so fast. And these defenders, well, they closed the gap before that throw could arrive.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. This one's headed for the sideline, and out. Swung at the mark. They say it's at the 9 where it crossed. Chicago getting set to take the field now. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. That's into the hands of Moore. And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Oh, movement on the line before the snap, though. This is going to be a false start. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Williams to throw. State. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
I'm sorry, kid. I'm trying to remember a time that we saw a lead change on a safety. It's been a while, and that effort defensively nearly got it done. So close to the goal line with that sack.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, Williams. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it. But it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. So out now comes the punter. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. And that front is really going to need to buckle down and provide some more opposition because he's gotten off to an excellent start here. On 1st down, they'll run. And he's brought down after a short gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
To throw, here's Darnold. Has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Darnold looking to throw. This one's taken in by Hill. And he's brought down beyond the marker. So a 1st down for them as we've hit the 2-minute warning. They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing now on 1st down. Hauled in left side. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Malik Hooker with the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They are throwing it again. He'll get this to Jefferson. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Darnold now to throw. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
I'll say this, unless you're committed to going for it on 4th down, I just don't see why you throw it there. Just power it forward for half a yard and reset those chains, then take your shots further down the field.
Smith able to put it through, and they've taken back the lead.
Well, he moved past that earlier miss pretty quickly here, Kate. Nice to see that. And now he can carry a little momentum with him to end this opening half.
Here's Reichert, set to kick this away. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Bears going on offense here late in the half. They don't have much time left, but facing a small deficit, they could try to get this into field goal range. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Williams set to pass. Over to Douglas on the sideline, caught. They get an even 10 on that play. Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to make that transition from college where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You've got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
So upon further review and a consultation from Game Day Central, the call overturned. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to maneuver this up past the 30. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. On again comes Jake Bailey to punt this away. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Same as the touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be Vikings football. Now Darnold. Finds him over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's Darnold to throw. Got his target, it's Baker. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 2nd and 3 now. From the 48. He just throws this one away. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Looking to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important 3rd and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. Probably looking at our final snap and a half here on 1st down. Drops to a knee, and that pesky final second runs off. So we're to the end of our 1st half. So we've reached halftime in Minneapolis, with the Vikings out in front at the break. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. And it's the Packers who are out in front in the 2nd quarter. 3 touchdown passes there for Jordan Love. We'll stay in the AFC South as we make the trip to Houston to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Joe Mixon, a couple of touchdown runs. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they were losers in their ball game to the visiting Dallas Cowboys. 31-13 was the final. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same.
The Bears kicking team all ready to go, and they kick this one away. Hill now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. An early jump and the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Throwing off the play fake here. Fits it through the middle. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Throwing here, Darnold. Short pass brought in. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
At the 39-yard line.
He tosses right to the short side. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what I call a healthy return on investment. You run the toss play, looking for positive yards, looking to move the sticks. I'm looking for that to be called again.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And that's good for a gain of 5. Malik Hooker with the tackle. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
At the 27-yard line.
Another carry for him. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. And tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
They'll try and throw it here. He completes it in traffic. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
Complete out to the right side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
At the 9-yard line.
Option give here. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
From the gun on 3rd down. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff. Will Reichert now to try the Vikings field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Smith able to put it through. And that'll double their lead to 6.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Starting from the 5. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Option design here. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You spring a big game like that, Kate, on the interior. 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
1st down throw by Williams. Moore's got it. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Williams from the gun. Able to get it to Moore. And he'll get it up to the 44.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. He gets him 9 on the ground, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 6. To throw is Williams. That's into the hands of Moore. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
That's just a gorgeous corner route by the wide receiver. I bet you'll find, Kate, in the annals of football history, the best corner route runners as receivers are also the best slant runners, the best post runners, because it's all about change of direction, and that was put on display right there.
1st down, Williams. Flushed out of the pocket. He's keeping it.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Cut near the goal line. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. 2nd chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Running for it again. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Bears put 6 on their side of the board. Took a couple of runs into that wall before they finally punched it across for the score.
Well, that defensive front, you know they were dialed up to make a stand, but it was going to be a challenge to make another 2 stops even after that one. That crack formed in the wall, and it burst through for a touchdown.
Santos now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bears take the lead on that successful kick. The Bears kicking team all ready to go, and they kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The home teams and Sam Darnold heading out for their next shot on offense. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. This one goes off left tackle. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Brought down by Rasul Douglas. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. This one taken in by Baker. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Darnold looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Throwing the out route complete. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Back now, pressure on its way. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. Motion man right is Jefferson. Back to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. They've got first down from the 31. Right up the gut. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Tackled back at the 35-yard line.
So we're through 3 here. It's Vikings football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Darnold now to throw. Finds him on the slant. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Backed up now after the penalty. It's 3rd down. Here's Darnold. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Got all of it, and this is good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
I know. Sometimes we take kickers for granted, but I'll tell you what, you can't hit that any better. Never even flirted with an upright. That was right down the middle.
Here's a return from the 7. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Williams on the play action. He's throwing deep to the left side. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Williams throwing again here on second down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Give now to the running back. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Back-to-back carries here. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Okay, I'll give some credit to the defense there. Limited the gain to the outside, contained him for minimal yardage, but it was going to be tough to stop him from getting a first down as close as they were to the sticks.
And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. This time it's a passing play. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Handoff now out of the gun. And a nice gain here, but it's stopped short of the first. 7 yards on the run. That's going to make this 4th down call a whole lot more interesting.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
To throw, here's Darnold. He finds him beyond the marker. Touchdown, Minnesota. There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find pay dirt.
Point after try upcoming to make this a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Vikings push the lead to 2 scores now. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Bears about set for their next possession. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. 1st and 10 now from the 30. One of the tight ends motioning left. They'll run here on 1st down. And he's tackled for a short gain. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. From the 32. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Couldn't find DJ Moore on that throw. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Williams. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, 4th down coming up. That one intended for Demario Douglas. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. They're out now, ready to punt it. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
3 yards to go.
Throwing here, Darnold. That's completed right side. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
Now here's a spot where the timing's got to be absolutely perfect, Kate, between the quarterback and the receiver. That throw is made before that receiver's ever thinking of coming out of his cut. Too early, it's incomplete. Too late, it's headed the other way.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's Darnold to throw. On the move, headed right. He's going to keep it this time. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the 1st down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
1st down from the red zone. He rolls to his right. Diving for the goal line, and it's not free! Bears pick it up, headed the other way.
Man, did those sidelines get loud. I think we all had to figure out what the heck was going on as they recovered the ball. But the minute they see the defense gets it, Kate, look at them. They save 6 points, and they get the ball back for their offense.
Their offense running back out now. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And he could have a free play here. Finds him over the middle. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Offside. Defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still 1st down.
A 1st and 5 to begin this drive following the penalty. Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. It's a gain of 5. That brings up 2nd down. Off the play fake, Williams. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. They've got 1st down from the 31. They give it to him again. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10 plus, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Now here's Williams. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
Well, when a defender can get his hand on a pass in any way, good things usually happen.
Williams to throw on third. Completed to his running back. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's good for a Bears first down. Working from the gun, Williams. Looking slant route, complete. And he's taken down at the 30. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing off the play fake here. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, look at this. Here he goes.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
They motion the slot man right. Now the give as they set up the jet sweep. And he's brought down for a loss. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. That's in the hands of Moore. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Desperation time here on fourth. He's got it to him yet again. That is cut. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Williams to throw on first. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears have cut it to a 3-point game here in the fourth. DJ Moore, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That is a touchdown to one of their prime receiving targets.
This is really what you pay your skill guys for. You know, I had an old coordinator say it's my job to get you a one-on-one. It's your job to go out and win it with a touchdown.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And you know this firsthand, partner. You get above that 300 mark, you and your offense are going to have plenty of highlights to choose from by this point in the game. We're getting a look at some of them now. You just got to marvel at how well he's played the quarterback position here. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Motion man right is Jefferson. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Well, it looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there. Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still second down.
Offense to the line for second down. They'll run here following the penalty. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on second down. It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Vikings up by just a couple of points. Back to the well again. And he's going to get up to about the 33, but no more. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. They're out and set, first and 10. He'll look to throw it. And that ball's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. So it's second down coming up. Back to throw. Hits him on the in route. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. The Bears trying to get everyone set. They're going quickly here. Now to throw. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing fourth down. Here he is to throw. Completed here to Komet. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Timeout Chicago. It uses its second. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here he is to throw. Hits his running back. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Bears trying to get everyone set. They're going quickly here. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Bears trying to get everyone set. They're going quickly here. Cut out left. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. The Bears going to use their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Avoids the sack. And they got there in time. He's taken down. One final shot here. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So they are indeed kings in the north as the Vikings win it at home. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here in my broadcast